The ghost job illusion: why you can't get hired in 2026. You sit down at your computer. It is early evening, but the room is dark except for the harsh, blue glow of your monitor. You open a folder containing your resume. You spend hours meticulously tailoring every single bullet point, rewriting your cover letter to match corporate buzzwords, and filling out endless online forms. You type your work history. You upload the PDF. You click submit. And then, absolute, deafening silence. If you have looked for a professional job over the last few years, you know this routine by heart. You know the quiet despair of sending out 50, 100, or 200 applications, only to receive automated rejection emails weeks later, or worse, nothing at all. Every single month, the television pundits tell you the economy is booming. The government releases glowing reports showing millions of open jobs across the country. So, as the weeks turn into months, a dark, corrosive thought begins to creep into your mind. You start to wonder if something is fundamentally wrong with you. You wonder if your skills are obsolete, if your experience doesn't matter, or if you are simply failing. But I am here to tell you a harsh, uncomfortable truth. It is not you. The system is not ignoring you because you are unqualified. The system is ignoring you because the job you just spent 2 hours applying for does not exist. Welcome to the era of the ghost job. To understand why the modern labor market feels like a rigged casino, we have to pull back the curtain on corporate human resources. Over the last few years, a quiet, highly calculated practice has become standard operating procedure for major corporations across America. They are deliberately writing, posting, and maintaining job listings for positions they have zero intention of ever filling. This is not a conspiracy theory whispered on internet forums. It is documented corporate strategy. According to internal data from Greenhouse, one of the largest hiring platforms in the corporate world, roughly 20% of all active job listings on their network are complete phantoms. When researchers surveyed the tech industry specifically, the numbers were staggering. 40% of technology companies openly admitted to posting fake job listings in the past year, and nearly 80% of those fake ads were left active on job boards for months. When independent surveys of human resources professionals are conducted, the confessions are even more brazen. Nearly half of all surveyed HR managers admit to posting ghost jobs regularly. So, we have to ask the most obvious question. Why? Why would a multi-billion-dollar corporation spend time, energy, and digital space advertising positions that don't exist? Why would they purposely string along millions of desperate, hardworking people? It has nothing to do with finding talent. It has everything to do with corporate optics, free data, and psychological control. Let's look at the first and most powerful driver behind the ghost job epidemic: Wall Street signaling. In the modern financial system, a publicly traded corporation is trapped on a treadmill of infinite growth. If a company's quarterly report shows that it has stopped growing, its stock price crashes, investors panic, and executives lose their jobs. But what happens when the economy hits a rough patch, profits slow down, and the company is actually under a strict hiring freeze? You cannot tell Wall Street that you are freezing headcount. That signals weakness. So, the executives find a brilliant, zero-cost loophole. They keep hundreds of job listings active online. To an institutional investor, a Wall Street analyst, or a financial journalist scanning the market, a company with 500 open positions looks like a juggernaut. It looks like an aggressive, expanding empire. It projects an illusion of massive corporate momentum, all without the company having to commit a single new dollar to payroll. It is theatrical growth. It is an optical illusion designed to keep stock prices inflated. The second driver is passive data harvesting. By leaving listings active indefinitely, companies build a massive, automated pipeline of pre-screened resumes. Whenever they want to benchmark market salaries or quietly replace an employee down the road, they already have a database of thousands of desperate applicants ready to go. But the third reason is the darkest. And it affects the people who already have a job. Imagine you are currently employed at a mid-sized corporation. Over the last year, your department went through what the corporate world politely calls restructuring, but what you know is quiet layoffs. Half of your team was let go, but the workload didn't shrink by 50%. It stayed exactly the same. You are now doing the job of 3 people. You are working late nights, skipping lunches, and burning out rapidly. You are exhausted, and you know you deserve a raise or at least some help. So you log onto your company's internal career portal to see if management is finally hiring reinforcements. And there it is. You see 3 open job listings for your exact department, with your exact job title. Suddenly, a cold realization washes over you. The company isn't hiring anyone to help you. They are interviewing people to replace you. This is the psychological weapon of the ghost job. Studies show that the majority of companies engaging in this practice keep fake listings active specifically to keep their current, overworked workforce terrified, compliant, and docile. When employees believe there is a line of desperate people waiting outside to take their desk, they stop asking for raises. They stop complaining about long hours. They quietly absorb the extra workload out of pure survival instinct. The company squeezes maximum productivity out of a skeleton crew, using a fake job listing as an invisible leash. Now, let's look at how this corporate deception ripples outward and poisons the entire American economy. Every single month, the federal government releases a massive, highly anticipated economic report known as JOLTS, the Job Openings and Labor Turnover Survey. Wall Street watches it. The Federal Reserve uses it to decide whether to raise or lower interest rates. Major news networks run front-page headlines about how strong and resilient the American worker is. But there is a fatal flaw in the government's data. The JOLTS survey does not distinguish between a real, funded job opening and a corporate ghost job. It counts them all equally. When the government announces that there are over 7 million open jobs in America, a massive percentage of those numbers are pure fiction. The entire national narrative of a booming, hyperactive labor market is being artificially inflated by corporate optical illusions. The reality on the ground tells a completely different story. Look at the ratio of hires to job postings. A few years ago, 10 job postings would result in roughly 8 actual human beings being hired. Today, according to economic data, those exact same 10 postings result in only 4 hires. The system is paralyzed. The average job posting now attracts over 240 applications. Why? Because automated AI tools allow desperate job seekers to mass apply to hundreds of companies with a single click. And on the other side, automated AI filters screen out those resumes before a human eye ever touches them. It is an absurd, dystopian ecosystem where machines are spamming machines over positions that were never real in the first place. So, how do you navigate a labor market built on smoke and mirrors? How do you protect your time, your energy, and your mental health? Action step number 1: audit the timeline. If you find a job posting that has been active for more than 30 days, treat it with extreme skepticism. In today's brutal market, a real, urgent job opening is flooded with qualified candidates within 48 hours. If a listing has been sitting on a job board for 2 months, it is almost certainly a ghost job. Stop wasting your emotional energy on it. Action step number 2: bypass the digital black hole. Never rely on the easy apply buttons on major aggregators. You are simply feeding data into a ghost machine. Use those platforms only to discover which companies are hiring. Once you find a legitimate target, go directly to their corporate website. Better yet, use professional networks to find the actual hiring manager for that specific department and reach out directly with a personalized message. Force a human connection. Action step number 3: protect your self-worth. When you send out 100 applications and hear nothing back, it is mathematically designed to make you feel like a failure. You must separate your personal identity from the corporate hiring machine. The silence is not a reflection of your lack of talent. It is a reflection of a broken system that values stock market optics over human dignity. The rules of the modern economy have shifted. Corporations have realized that the appearance of growth is far cheaper than actual human employment. They are selling an illusion of opportunity to a workforce that is desperate for stability. They want you to keep clicking. They want you to keep hoping. The corporate machine is counting on your persistence. Don't let them farm your hope for free.